All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Kudash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who rule well, peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the men of the Lord, prophesying, preaching, and teaching on the highways and byways of sincerity and in truth. Shalom Barakatham. Salakia, 1 second. What's up, this noise? Yeah, man, I'm going to say a few words on, I'm going to just read James, the 5th chapter, just to say a few words on this inflation thing, man, that's going on in the coming months. It's basically already, it's going to happen, man. People are going to get to a point to where it's going to get really, really tight. You're going to start seeing food on shelves get to crazy astronomical prices, and as men of the Lord, as men of the hopeful elect, man, we see these things. It's in our spirit to have some anxiety of anxiousness towards it, but ultimately, man, we're excited, because we understand that the Lord is going to provide. He's gonna give us what we need in that time. Now there's nothing wrong with stocking up and buying a few things, here or there. I got a few things, stocked up, but ultimately, man, we know what this is. This is the Lord bringing His judgment, and the main thing we need to have stocked up is faith and works. That's why we do the work, man. But I read today that crypto is going downhill, man. There was a particular crypto I was holding on to last year called Dogecoin, man, and I bought it at like 28 cents and I sold some of it like at around 60 cents. And I kept holding on to it and it kept going back down and down and I sold it at like 40 cents. Man, today that crypto, I got it completely out of it because you don't bet on these things long term, because we're not to really make long term investments in this society, man. There's nothing wrong with, owning a stock here or there, but if you just trying to build up retirement, man, that's going off because we know the Lord is going to bring this place down a lot sooner than retirement's going to come. But I looked at that same crypto today, man. That crypto from the 40 cents when I sold it is worth 5 cents now, man. So it literally it's literally what is that? It's 8 times less than its value. It's 1/8 its value of what it was when I was holding it just last year, man. So 7/8 of it evaporated, man, overnight, man. So that's over 80% drop. Now, Bitcoin too, man. The king of crypto, man, it's down again. It dropped 11-12% today, just in one day, man. And we know that Esau already has it on the books to bring on something called CBDCs, which are crypto-backed digital currencies. Salakia. So they're central bank, based on it's going to be like central banks using digital currencies. Now, one thing you got to realize with this money is you got something called fungibility, which allows you to use the same dollar to buy anything. This $1 can buy me a piece of gum, or I could put it in a gas tank. It's fungible, so you can use it anywhere. But when Esau gets his hands on this CBDC stuff, man, it's not going to be fungible anymore because that's how the blockchain technology is set up. Every single coin has a unique code that you can tie to a wallet that can is completely traceable, and you can put it in different categories. And what's going to end up happening is Esau is going to start rationing money, man. He's going to completely do away with this dollar. We see it going down, and we know that that's his move to bring in the MOTB, and we know it's going to be egregious enough to where these other nations are going to get pissed off, man. It's going to spark World War III, which is we're already at the tension of it, man. The tension that's revved up in Ukraine, that's just to rev up the tension, man. You already had tension in the Middle East, all right, from Israel to Saudi Arabia to all the way to Afghanistan, man. So all those nations around the river Euphrates, All of these nations, Iran, all of these nations, man, Turkey, all of these nations have had some kind of tension, man. So the tension is already there, man. All it takes is a spark, and all of the nations are gonna realize that there's one nation that's at the head of the spark. That's at the head of all the problems of the world, man. They're gonna see that it's America, including these other Edomite nations. All right, but let me read James 5:1. It says, "Go to now, you rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you." All right, because the rich men are living good, man. They're not in misery. They're in the opposite of it, man. All right, they're having yacht parties. They're living deliciously, as it says in Revelation 18. They're doing things, man. Jake can't even fathom. You know, they're just blowing money. They owning islands and shit like that, man. Well, now it's time for the misery. All right, the Lord has set this up. All right, it says, verse 2. It says, "Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten." All right, and those riches, we break this down all the time, but you know, these riches go to all of the assets, and really the dollar, the U.S. dollar, is really alluding to here, because most of the world's riches is bought and sold through U.S. dollars, man. You know, you got 70, 80 trillion dollars being circulated in the global economy. You know, and it's not all to back up America. It's because of that agreement that America has with the petrodollar. Every nation needs to basically use dollars in order to buy oil. Okay. Now that's given the dollar a lot of power over the years, and what people don't realize is that that deal is basically done. Saudi Arabia has already agreed to allow China to buy oil in their own currency, meaning China doesn't have to convert their currency to U.S. dollars, man. All right, the ruble is now the number one currency, thanks to the sanctions that this guy Biden put in, man. Okay, because all those sanctions all it did was backfire. Europe still needs Russia to buy oil, because 40% of their energy comes from Russia. Now, because that's the case, that gave Putin a lot of power. He said, well, okay, if you're going to sanction me, then I'm not going to deal with the dollar anymore. If you want to buy oil from me, that 40% of oil of energy you need, you got to use the ruble. And what that did was bolster the ruble. It basically not inflated, but it gave the ruble more value, man. All right. So the ruble is going strong. And then on top of that, Putin pegged it to gold again, man. So, this place is completely through. The financial system is gone down. These are the signs of it, man. And we know, we've been preaching this forever, that this economic system is going to be tied to Revelation 13, the Charagma. All right, it's not Christianity. It's not an embargo. It's not a philosophy. It's not dealing with white women. All right, none of that bullshit you niggas make up, man. It's what we said it was. All right. That rice grain in your right hand and your forehead, okay, and it's going to be tied to blockchain technology, crypto, man. All right. Moving on, verse 3, it says, "Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you." And it's not talking about literal gold and silver, because we know Esau got off the gold standard in the 70s. All right, which means precious metals has been decoupled from currency value. All right, so that's why gold, it still has a price, but it's not reflecting at all of its true value, because the U.S. dollar is valued on one thing, and the gold and silver and platinum, these are all valued on something, on its own inherent value, and those two things are decoupled. So now that's the reason that gold is let me see what gold is right now. Let me see. Might be $2,000 an ounce. Might be up now. Let me see. Salakia. Okay, gold is $1,700 an ounce, man. Close about $1,800 an ounce. Okay. So that's why it's $1,800 an ounce. But in reality, gold should be, with as much money as they printed, gold should be probably like $30,000, $40,000 And I'm speculating, but we know it's way, way, way up there, into the tens of thousands of dollars of what gold should really be worth. And that's because when you just do the math of how much money they printed, the fact that there's 70, 80 trillion dollars in circulation right now, they just printed that money in the last 10, 15 years. And the amount of gold hasn't really increased. So that means that gold is severely underpriced. And what a dollar used to be, $1 used to be worth one ounce of gold, man. $1 to 1 ounce of gold. Now, even when it's super inflated, 1 ounce of gold is worth $1,800, and it should be way, way more than that because Esau then got shit out of hand. So when you read in the scriptures, it says your gold and your silver is cankered. It's not talking about literal gold and silver being cankered, which means rusted. Because gold and silver doesn't rust, but it's talking about Esau's money system, man, and how he basically fucked everything up. All right, it says, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. All right, and he has, man. He's gathered everything to himself, all of the land. He's established himself in all the different military bases. He's bought all kind of guns and toys and weapons. Okay. He's just stolen gold, man. Just straight up jack people for gold. Okay. Land itself is just a precious commodity, and he's had more than what he's needed, man. Way more. And wasted it, man. Completely mismanaged the earth. Verse 4, it says, behold, the hire of laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, man. And we're the ones crying out. All right, because we were the ones kept back by fraud. Jake should be the richest people by far in America, because how did America get built? Trillions and trillions of dollars of free labor, free land. All right, at one point, cotton was 50% of U.S. exports, man. 50% of all U.S. exports from just one crop. That ain't including other crops that we were doing. That didn't include other industries that wasn't agriculture. That doesn't include all the contributions we made through music, okay, through sports, through just underpinning the middle and lower class, man. Working service industry jobs. All right. And I can't even get into the inventions because we'll just never know how many inventions Jake came up with, man. We'll just never know. All of the shit because Esau owns the patent systems. Jake will be in there working in the tool shed, coming up with making shit do that, tractors and motors and shit. And Esau take his dumb ass down to the office and file a patent in his name. All right. Now his family owns the rights to it, So the amount of talking about pure economic value that's owed, it can't be paid back in dollars, man. Esau doesn't have it. That's what Jake got to get in his mind. All right. This thing, you got to bring it is beyond money, man. And even if he had the money, the scriptures speak about paying back to her double, man. There's not enough Edomites alive on earth to pay back what happened. So you know what that means? 1,000 years, okay? 1,000 years of slavery, okay? Because real wealth is not a greenback. Okay, it's not a crypto. Real wealth is land, labor, and autonomy. And when Yahweh Shai returns, which he's on his way back now, which we can see when all hell starts breaking loose, we're going to get all the land. Okay, we're going to have complete autonomy because the 144,000 is going to be set up, that government. All right, and then we're definitely going to get the labor because who are we going to put to work? All you other nations. All right, that's real reparations. All right, and that's why the Lord is confounding this financial system so greatly. That's why he's got all of these proud ass women so caught up into it, OnlyFans and getting a bag and all. You put all of your stock into shit that the Lord's getting ready to light on fire, man. All right. Moving on. It says, "Behold the laborers behold the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped into the ears which have reaped and entered into the ears of the Lord Sabaoth, man. And the only one that's going to reach the ears of the Lord Sabaoth is going to be the elect, man. The Lord is not going to hear a prayer from you niggas, man. When your bank account goes to zero, all right, and you can't go buy crab legs. The Lord is not hearing you niggas, man. As a matter of fact, He's gonna destroy you, because we have been preaching to you what's to come, man. All right, now is a deadly serious time that the Lord that we have faith that the Lord is gonna deliver us, man. All right, and I believe that. I believe the Lord He's got to, man. We're about to see miracles. We're about to see the heavens open up like you haven't seen before, man. Signs in the heavens, chariots, mysterious events occurring. All right. Brothers getting healed. Okay. All of these things are getting ready to happen. And that's why the Lord says it's going to happen like a thief in the night, man. And the rest of you are just lollygagging, man. Here it is. Esau is... Earlier today, man, I had people at work panicking, man, about the prices. Esau sees it, man. He sees the writing on the wall. He sees that it's imminent, but Jake don't give a damn, man. And even some of you low-level Edomites, man, y'all are gonna be going la 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 all the way until you take your dumb ass to Walmart and it's $80 for a bar of soap. Completely oblivious. Don't pay attention to the news. Not watching for nothing, man. All right. That's why it's gonna say he's gonna come to as a thief in the night to y'all niggas, man, not us. All right. You know, so that's basically it on that, man. I just wanted to bring out James on that, on this whole crypto crashing thing. And this place is through, man. The Lord's almost back, man. Call hello Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachakudah Shalom, Wa Abba Babal.